We are G Cubed, and the road to E3, believe it or not, is upon us already. With me, I have Neil and Rick, and we have some interesting views on what maybe Nintendo's viewpoint should be rolling into the big show for the USA.
The big game.
Neil says they need to bring Madden. Rick says they need to bring new IP. I say just make sure Mario comes out on time. Guys, tell me a little bit about your vision. Now, before the show, we talked about Madden. Now, I mentioned it in passing, and you said they need Madden to pull in the casual audience. Expand upon that a little bit.
Well, they need sports games in general. I mean, that's a huge market for the gaming industry in general. I mean, Madden is an annual franchise that sells millions upon millions of copies without even trying. No real advertising needs to go into it. It's just, here's this case, it says the word Madden, and it moves.
Some people just strictly buy Madden games.
Exactly. Yeah. And could you imagine, because you're a sports game player. Imagine, Mark.
Well, yes, I am.
You're sitting at home playing a casual game of Madden. You're in the middle of your season. All of a sudden, your boy Rick here gives you a call, says, yo, we're down at the local wing place getting some wings and beers. Come on down. You're like, fuck, I'm in the middle of the season. Hold on.
Rick doesn't drink
I'm
beer.
on the way. This is the hypothetical. It was the imagine if you will. But you just pull up your Switch, and you're on your way. Your season's with you. You get there, you're looking up, watching the game. That's cool. My game's important, too, on commercials.
And then my friends stop talking to me?
No, you can do it all. They might want to play with you. 2 controllers. Boom. 2 teams.
Now we are living in a world where I drink beer and I play Madden.
This Rick. But, I mean, just sports games.
I get that, though.
Sports games in general are a huge market. Racing games.
They advertised the Switch.
Games.
The very first Switch teaser had NBA.
Exactly. And then, again, that's another huge audience. The fact that, you got the casual gamers who love playing the NBA game, especially the 2K series. Right. And that 2K series is literally advertised for the system. And I heard people talking about the basketball scene in the trailer when the trailer first launched.
Hey, y'all played the basketball?
So, I mean, they need a couple of things, but sports needs to be, and proper sports, not Mario plays NFL.
Y'all like the NBA?
Those too, but yeah.
Y'all played the basketball?
They need to make sure that the games they said were coming this year come this year and actually perform. That new Mario game needs to be like the game.
Are you talking about Mario Odyssey or
Odyssey?
Mario plays the basketball.
No. Mario Odyssey. It needs to be on time and it needs to deliver a solid gameplay.
I think a Mario standalone title, you know what you're gonna get. Yeah. And with what little we've seen, we know we're gonna get quality just going off of previous Mario titles in the Breath of the Wild. And I don't want to assume that this Mario game is gonna be the greatest game of all time. It's not. But I think we're gonna get quality on that. But what are you talking about?
What's the greatest Mario of all time, Mark? Put your opinion out there. Let it be judged.
Galaxy 1.
The first Galaxy?
Galaxy 1.
Yep. Damn.
Hub worlds and a lot of variant gameplay
like
and Luigi.
3.
See, for me, it's World.
I thought we were talking about 3D Mario.
Mario game of all time. What was confusing about that statement?
I've had a few beers.
Fair.
Now, my favorite 3D Mario of all time is Mario Galaxy 1. And I honestly believe that gives Mario 3 a run for its money, which I believe Mario 3 to be the greatest Mario of all time. Mario 3, Mario Galaxy, 1 and 1A.
So yeah, that's my direction that Nintendo needs to take E3. They need.
But do you think Odyssey has what it takes to challenge those games?
Yes.
And for you, Mario World?
Yes. It has the potential just because of the fact that we've never had a true full-fledged Mario game with the portability of the Switch. And let me tell you, I didn't think the portability of the Switch was that big of a deal until I was able to take Zelda to work with me.
So, Rick, let me ask you this. You talked about new IPs.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mario. Mario's been around longer than us.
Yes.
That doesn't do it for you.
It's not that it doesn't
do
it for me.
It's not enough.
I'm thinking that it's just expected. When you think Nintendo, you think Mario.
That's part of the package.
So
what else?
So now if you paired the things that are like the classic games with having sports games like Madden, and then having new IPs, I think new IPs would help a lot.
Like new Nintendo IPs or new third-party IPs?
Honestly, the best thing to do is to have both, I think. Because if you have new Nintendo IPs, then you're catering to your audience in a new way, in a way that's like fresh for them.
Try some of column A, take all of column B.
I think that there should be a little bit of everything, but I do think they need to start making a lot of noise with new IPs, and especially third party. That'd be really good, because then it would
Assassin's Creed in there.
Or I don't know about Assassin's Creed.
Well, it's not a new IP.
Yeah, but like or a partnership. I mean, that might work, but like I think new IPs, they started off with a bang. They have they're successful. They're really hard to find. I think during E3 they should be like, oh, here's our new batch of Switches out into the wild while we're still getting media attention. Oh, here's these new games that are gonna be coming out that you may not perceive Nintendo to get.
Well,
something that's rated M.
On that note, they already launched the second wave of Switches into the wild this week. Both Toys R Us and GameStop bombarded me all week long with, we have this in stock, come buy it.
But you say that, and like the second wave was like, your local GameStop has 4.
It was a very small amount. Yeah,
it was a tiny amount.
They've been
I think they need to get a big amount.
You're talking about something kind of out of left field, like, and maybe this doesn't have the broad appeal, but maybe like a Devil May Cry, maybe like an M-rated game. I don't want to say Call of Duty, because Call of Duty was there at the Wii U launch and it had a minimal impact, but something that has that broad appeal. Now they're bringing Skyrim in, which I think a lot of Breath of the Wild players that maybe missed out on Skyrim when it was on the Xbox and the PC, maybe they graduate to that.
I think that that's not going to be as it's not going to hit as hard, because a lot of there's a very small amount of people probably that would actually affect. Okay. I think that if you're going from Breath of the Wild to this new IP open world game, I think that's an easier transition than I've already played that, you know.
At the same time, even the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox don't really have a lot of new IPs.
I know that. I mean, they're both.
You can say the same thing about the cinema right now as well.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, Sony doesn't have a lot of new IPs, but they don't need it. Like,
they did have Horizon.
They did have Horizon. They had Neo.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some that came out, but Microsoft, they had a few also.
Microsoft scrapped all theirs.
Well, they had Quantum Break, which is a new game.
Let me collect it all into one pretty thought. What does Nintendo need to do to impress you, Neil?
They need to have some follow through on what they've already shown us, and they need to show me something that's going to get a more broad spectrum than just the Nintendo audience.
Something like what?
Like I said, they need to have solid support from EA with the sports games.
Third parties.
And exactly. They need to show that the third parties are investing in this, unlike the Wii U.
And this is the tough part with the third parties, is they were there at the Wii U launch and then they ducked out when it wasn't selling well. So now they're waiting to kind of see if the Switch sells well, and then they'll be there if it is.
But that's really weird, though, because a lot of third parties came out before the launch, and we're talking about how this was the greatest console.
True, unprecedented partnerships. Yeah. Yes. Rick, now having talked to you off the show, I mean, I wouldn't say you were impressed with the Switch, but you were pleased with the concept.
He was
curious. I was pleased with the concept.
What do they do to get your dollars?
What would they have to do to get my dollars?
Yes.
It's a little expensive still to me.
Give it to me.
And I need more games on it. Those are the two things. That's why I plan on getting it.
Boy, they're lucky they had Zelda at launch.
Yeah.
A bona fide 80 to 120 hour game.
Oh, they had to have Zelda.
Yeah. When I pick up Zelda, it's gonna have the DLC with it. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna hopefully have a bundle.
Okay.
Bundle.
And do you play it more at home or?
Home. I'm not. I know you were raving about the portability, but that's too big for me.
Well, I'm kind of with Neil, where I didn't think I'd play it on the go very much, and then I took it on the go, and then I've played it on the go.
I don't have a way to take it.
You'll acquire one.
I am not going to have a bag for a portable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick doesn't have a way to take it. Let me know what you think in the comments. What does Nintendo need to do to earn your dollars? If you haven't bought a Switch already, or maybe you bought a Switch and you're looking for what's next after Zelda, let us know in the comments. In the meantime, if we earned your like, hit that button. In the meantime, hit subscribe. More content just like this.
Hey, and if your comment's good enough, it might make the next comment reaction show.
It might. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in. In the meantime, we'll catch you later.